What's up, ladies and gents? This is Casey Kid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're going to talk about the Titan. The Titan is receiving some changes from Bungie in the newest patch, and it's all three subclasses. So we're going to talk about those and some opinions on that. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, first things first, the Titan is receiving two general changes to all the subclasses. First, we have the melee. Now, anybody that has ever tried meleeing with the Titan knows that this is absolutely terrible. Titans have the worst melee in the game because they have these tiny little T-Rex arms, and Bungie even admits to having tiny T-Rex arm Titans, so that's pretty interesting. Now, they say that right now the melee range is 4 meters, and they're going to boost that up to 4.5 meters. Now, looking at just the measurements, it doesn't feel like that's going to do a whole lot, because it doesn't feel like you're hitting from any distance anyway. But it is a 12.5% increase, so I'm just going to reserve my judgment until I'm actually in the game to see how the Titan melee fares. But a 12.5% boost is pretty significant by those numbers, so just something to keep in mind. Also, the jumping option Catapult, it's getting a 5% boost in initial velocity. Now, they're saying that Catapult was awesome in internal testing before they released Destiny back in year 1, but they nerfed it because they thought it was just too powerful. Well, I've never used Catapult because anytime I put it on, it feels like really no benefit at all, so I'm interested to at least try it out with the new boost, just to see how it feels. I don't know if it's actually going to be able to beat Control though, and obviously increased height is good if you need to jump up really high. Who would have guessed? As far as the subclasses, let's start with the Void subclass, the Defender Titan. What they're getting new is whenever you cast your bubble, you're going to get your melee and grenade back, so that's pretty nice. That's just a pretty nice little boost. Void Defender Titan isn't getting anything else different, but that's just a pretty nice additional perk. The Striker Titan I think has the most changes, but let's go ahead and talk about the Solar Titan first. The Solar Titan, Bungie knows it's super overpowered, at least in PvP. And PvP is where it's really standing tall, just absolutely dominating the other classes and pretty much all the other character classes in the game. What they're going to do to start is something very minor, and I don't even know why they're doing it. They're decreasing the Sunstrike damage over time burn effect down a second from 6.5 to 5.5 seconds. I don't know why they're doing it. The big problem that they have is some of the other things that they're actually tweaking. One, the armor that the Solar Titan is getting. And from learning some numbers from Dato's videos, Dato basically says that the Solar Titan has an extra 5% armor increase over the other subclasses. 5%. So whenever I read Bungie's notes and hear that they're nerfing the armor that the Sunbreaker Titan is getting by 9%, I'm almost wondering if this is overkill in the opposite direction. It feels weird. The Solar Titan shouldn't be any more powerful or less powerful than the other classes. If other classes are getting one shot to the head by the specific impact range sniper rifles, that's pretty much where the Solar Titan should be too. Able to be one shot to the head whenever the super is cast. So is 9% too much? I don't know. What they're also doing is adding a cooldown to cauterize, so you won't be able to just spam out your hammers and regain full health on each enemy kill. You have a 3-second cooldown on that, and I think that's actually good. They're also going to reduce the splash damage you get from Forge Master by 20%, and they're going to make it so that your hammers don't track as much, a 25% decrease in that. I don't know how the tracking bonus actually gets applied, but you're going to see a quarter less tracking whenever you throw it out with Flame Seeker. So aside from a few other stat movements, the Solar Titans are pretty much going to be the same. The hammers will fly a little bit slower, but I think they're still going to be powerful overall. It's still going to be a powerful class, it's just not going to be as overpowered. We're going to have to wait to see how that damage reduction ends up working out for the Sunbreaker Titan or not. The Striker Titan, they've got a lot of different changes, mainly with their melee. They want the Striker Titan to be powerful, and they want its melee to be useful. So they're increasing the base damage of Storm Fist by nearly 20%. 18.2%. That's pretty significant. Also, I don't really understand the Overload perk. They're saying that it's going to provide a faster melee recharge by 50%, but Overload, whenever it actually procs, you get your melee back instantly. So I'm not sure how that 50% is actually going to work. It might be on hits without kills that you just get a 50% boost in recharge. Not entirely sure. We're going to have to see that in action. Discharge is getting additional damage of nearly 8%, and Amplify is increasing the super bonus that you get from the hits by 30%, so that's really nice. What I think is actually going to really boost up the class is some of the passives. Headstrong is going to give you faster sprint, Transfusion is getting a better cooldown. Instead of being at 5%, it's going to be down to 3%, which is really nice, but I think the big thing is Unstoppable. Unstoppable is going to give you 2 armor additional instead of 1 additional whenever you just pick the perk in general. And whenever you're actually using your Fist of Havoc, you're going to get a 25% damage resistance whenever you're using it. That's really significant. So whenever people are panic slamming, now they're going to have the damage resistance from their super and 25% more with Unstoppable. That is really significant. Consider the fact that before I mentioned that Datto said that the Sunbreaker Titan only had a 5% damage resistance increase. So 25%? How are you ever going to kill a Titan whenever they have Unstoppable and are using their Fist of Havoc? I don't know. Juggernaut is also getting a boost, 14.3% to its shields, and it's going to be able to be active when airborne, but man, Unstoppable seems to be the way to go for me, for sure. So they're really trying to boost up these Striker Titans so that you could at least put them on par with the kill to death ratio of the Sunbreakers, but I don't know. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what that nerf is to the Sunbreaker, how that impacts the class as a whole, and how these changes to the Striker Titan end up boosting it up, because the Striker Titan has some pretty good grenades, and I really like that Unstoppable. That is going to be brutal. People are going to be complaining about this, I can see it already, but this is our new Titan. This is how the Titan is going to be, come whatever the next patch is, whether it be Tuesday or whenever. So what do you think? What do you think about this? Would this make you play, potentially, a different Titan class? Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated on daily Destiny content. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Titans. And I'll see you around in Destiny. Unstoppable. Hey ma, you did it.